Hi, my name is Jordan Shepard from Oklahoma, and I proudly represent the Newcastle FCCLA chapter. Today I'm going to tell you about the winter snowball that I planned and executed. Throughout the process of planning this dance, my planning process was a huge help. It helped me stay on track and helped me stay set to my goals. The underclassmen expressed a need for a dance aside from prom so that they had an opportunity to get dressed up and engage in a school dance. My goal was to plan, research, and propose a themed semi-formal school dance, including entertainment and refreshments for at least 150 students, to be held on December 14th, 2019, while staying under the $1,000 budget. Myself and Ms. Duncan planned the dance. The winter snowball. It was at the Newcastle High School gym on December 14th, 2019, and we wanted to plan and execute a winter semi-formal for the students of Newcastle High School and to stay under the $1,000 budget. Using the skills I learned in FCS class, I will plan, research, and propose a themed semi-formal school dance within a budget of $1,000. The follow-up of this event has been twofold. Personally, I've learned how to take charge, be calm under pressure, and to think outside the box with creativity. The snowball ultimately gave students the opportunity, aside from prom, to get dressed up and go to a dance. I hope that the snowball will be a continued tradition at Newcastle High School. Here's my event volunteering experience. I have volunteered on multiple levels throughout Newcastle. I have volunteered with BPA, FCCLA, National Honor Society, and FFA. Our event proposal was that we had to find client needs, and we had to fit those needs. Our main client needs were to establish a location for the dance, set a theme with coordinating decorations, establish entertainment, create a menu, create a poster for advertisement, ticket sales, and chaperone sign-up. Our planning services included, but were not limited to, meeting all the client needs as noted above, obtaining quotes as needed for specific services and/or supplies, staying outside the duration of the event, including decorations and cleanup, vendor recommendations, setting consultation appointments, and coordination of vendors on the day of the event. My goal was to plan, research, and propose a themed semi-formal school dance, including entertainment and refreshments for at least 150 students, and staying under a $1,000 budget. My first objective was to sell at least 150 student tickets to the snowball. My second objective was to stay within the $1,000 budget. My third objective was to acquire a minimum of 10 event personnel to assist. As you can see in my evaluation, my first objective was met. We sold 282 tickets. My second objective was we actually stayed under the budget by spending $989. And my third objective was that we had 14 volunteers to cover the 4 hours of the dance. Our event dates was that we wanted to stay on a weekend in either November or December. We wanted to make sure that our location was available and that it didn't fall on a weekend that had an ACT test or that it wasn't right before our school finals before the end of that semester. And we also wanted to make sure it was in the first semester because prom is in our second semester. While picking a venue, we had our main priorities, which was that first and foremost, it was free. We needed it to be available on the desired date. We needed restrooms for our guests. We needed a kitchen for prep area and refreshments. And we needed to make sure that it was large enough to hold all of our guests. We needed to make sure that it had a hard dance floor and that there was available parking close by. Our first option was the Newcastle Public Schools Administration Building, and our second option, which the one we ended up going with, was the Newcastle High School new gymnasium. Our first venue was our administration building. Our pros were that it was free. It was available on the desired date. It had restrooms for our guests, a kitchen area. It was the pretty option, and it had a built-in stage and PA system, which was a big help. Our cons were that it was very small. It only held up to 150 people. It had carpet, so it was hard to dance on. We couldn't decorate until the day of, and there was not enough parking close by. There was also not a storm shelter in the building, and so that was a main priority. Our second venue, which is the venue we ended up going with, was the Newcastle High School gym. It was free. It was available on the desired date. It had guest restrooms, a kitchen area for prep. It had a larger accommodation for multiple people. It had a separate foyer for refreshments and tables for food. It had lots of parking close by, and there was a storm shelter available in the locker rooms. The cons were that it was very large and it was hard to decorate that whole area. And we couldn't decorate until one day prior to the dance. The usable space was that it could hold a large number of attendees. The foyer area was larger for gathering and refreshments. The dance floor was hardwood and it had a larger dance area, so everyone wasn't crowded. It has 16 female stalls, including handicap stalls for restroom, and 8 male stalls, including a handicap stall as well. It had closer parking for students, and it had over 100 parking spots in the front parking lot for students to park, so they didn't have to walk far. The flooring was easier because it was tile, easier to clean up. Decorating could begin the day before the event because the sponsor had a key fob to the gym. With the weather, if there was anything to happen, we would follow the protocol of Newcastle Public Schools. The school superintendent has final decision in the event of severe weather. There was also a storm shelter in the locker rooms. Here's the layout of the gymnasium. And then as you can see, we have parking in front of the gym and to the side of the gym as well. My event personnel chart. My sponsor was Miss Duncan, my advisor. Myself, Jordan Shepard, was the event planner. We had our parent volunteers, student volunteers, faculty volunteers, and our vendors, of course. Our high-risk volunteers were, for setup purposes, people getting on ladders, hanging lights, hanging things from the ceiling, so on and so forth. They were also our chaperones. Our student volunteers were planning, getting the food together, doing refreshments. They also decorated the gym, decorated Christmas trees, and they also were a big help during cleanup. Our faculty volunteers were solely for chaperones. We had principals, teachers, and other faculties. And then our vendors were the DJs, our food and drinks, which were provided by Newcastle FCCLA, and our lighting and LED lights. Health and public safety. All health and public safety issues will follow the protocol of Newcastle Public Schools, Oklahoma Public Schools Behavioral Threat Assessment and Management Systems, and Newcastle High School Athletics. Here we have our threat assessment. It first goes to our school, and then it goes to our law enforcement, and then to the police and first responders. Here that is stated as well in writing. I have my event management planning process and implementation. It goes step for step how I did it and how everything went down. So our targeted attendance and recruitment strategies. Targeted attendance was the underclassmen, 9th and 10th graders mainly, because they didn't have an opportunity to get dressed up and go to a formal dance. And they really expressed that they wanted to do that. And so we made that possible. We mainly wanted to at least get 150 students there. We took half of each grade level and divided that up, and so there are approximately 300 students in grade 9 and 10, and so we just divided that, and that was our goal. We advertised throughout the school with weekly announcements. We made posters. We advertised on multiple social media platforms, and here is our poster that we advertised with throughout the school and social media. Our sponsor was Newcastle FCCLA. Advertising was through Newcastle FCCLA, Newcastle FCCLA Catering Company, BPA Broadcasting Crew, and Newcastle High School. Our exhibitor was Newcastle FCCLA Catering Company to promote their catering business. We also took multiple student polls and surveys throughout to really get the students' opinion on how they wanted this to go down and what they wanted to see throughout this. Our recruitment efforts were face-to-face contact, principals' weekly newsletters through our emails, announcements, community service hours, and social media requests. Our supplier and vendors. Our DJ was Edward Hudson Jr. Newcastle FCCLA Catering Company was our caterer. Guitar City provided our LED lights and fog machine. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart's, Copeland's, Dollar Tree, Party City, and Amazon provided our decorations. And Newcastle BPA was our broadcaster. Our event schedule. From 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., doors opened, the dance started, and refreshments and food was available. 10:30 p.m., refreshments except for water were cleaned up. 10:55 p.m., DJ calls last dance. 11 p.m., lights come on, students begin to leave, and cleanup begins to happen. Here is our flyer that we posted for advertisement throughout the school and on social media. It was larger, and we had multiple ones throughout doors and offices. We posted on Newcastle FCCLA Facebook and Instagram, Newcastle High School Facebook and Twitter, Newcastle Public Schools Facebook, Newcastle Public School Parent and Facebook and Instagram, Newcastle Pacer Facebook, which is our Newcastle paper, Newcastle Chambers of Commerce Facebook. Our budget options were Tier A, $500. For our decorations, we only had use of old prom decorations. Christmas trees would only have lights. Plastic tablecloths, 3 centerpieces per table. no wall coverings, and only one photo booth. Refreshments were water, white covered food, chocolate covered pretzel rods, popcorn, marshmallows, and refreshment tables will have plastic tablecloths. We would still have a DJ and LED lights. Tier B, $1,000 budget, which is the one we ended up going with. Use of prom decor, Christmas trees will have lights, large poinsettias, large decorative balls, heavy-duty plastic tablecloths, 5 table centerpieces per table, paper wall coverings for backdrops, 2 photo booths. Refreshments included bottled water and Christmas punch, white food selections, turkey pinwheels, white chocolate covered pretzel rods, white chocolate covered dipped sugar cookies, vanilla cupcakes, white chocolate covered cupcake balls, vanilla wafer cookies, popcorn, marshmallows. Refreshment table will have tablecloths and decorative serving trays. Our DJ, we would have music, MC, LED laser lights, fog machine, and included a $50 refundable deposit. Tier C was a $1,500 budget, which the decorations would include same as Tier B, plus Christmas trees would have lights, large poinsettias, large decorative balls, small decorative balls, and wrap boxes underneath, linen tablecloths with 5 tables. Refreshments included same as Tier B, plus chicken pinwheels, white chocolate covered strawberries, white chocolate covered Oreos. For our DJ, we would have music, an MC, LED laser lights, a fog machine, and included our $50 refundable deposit. Here I have photos of the event that took place and the decorations. Here's the food and the catering area. And here is the inside of the dance with some of the attendees. Thank you guys so much for your time and have a good day.